Good evening, gamers, and welcome back to Hellstormwargaming. Welcome to this new setup. This is like a printing setup. What do you reckon? I'm feeling very out of my comfort zone because I'm not like surrounded by on my desk and stuff. I've got to like use a remote mouse and hope it goes okay. But welcome to the stream and welcome to today's 3D printing live stream, a world first on the Hellstormwargaming channel. So hopefully everyone can hear me. Hopefully you can see me okay. But we've got like multiple camera angles today as well. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to be like talking to you like this. I'm going to be showing you close-ups. Like, look,
I can show you close-up of my hands. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go. So who have we got?
Let's say hello to everybody in the chat. We've got Mr. Beanbag. Hello. How diddle? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We've got Grimgar. We've got Misfit Kev. Hello. Hello. Watching this and watching the footy at the same time. Brilliant. Gumbelina and Datsundez on Twitch as well. Gumbelina says, are you going to print us a dream mag? I am going to print you some fantastic, magical and wonderful things today. I'm currently actually printing something right now, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that as well. Echo on close-up. Oh, that's a bugger, isn't it? Okay, 1 second. Oops, I've pressed the wrong button. Ignore that.
I know why there's an echo on close-up as well. I think it's that one.
How's that? Is that better? Any echo? Hopefully there's no echo now. I realised I'd left the sound on for this little camera here. This little guy, where you're looking, he left his sound on. So hopefully there's no echo now. You're going to have to let me know though, because I'm just guessing. Sorted. Fantastic. There we go. Look at us being all professional. We've got MyMiniFactory in the chat as well. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. So today, it's a bit like a launch party. So MyMiniFactory got in touch with me and they said that they are helping Print Your Monster launch their latest volume of miniatures called Fantastic Plants and Rocks Vol.2. And I've been very lucky. They got in touch with me and were like, well, do you fancy printing some and showing them off? And I was like, hell yeah. Let's go. I can't zoom because I can't reach my camera. I can't do manual zooms. I didn't get a chance to set up like, you know, a funny zoom. So I'm just going to be like, hell yeah, let's go. That second camera is now known as Manicure Cam. Hell yeah, you can see. Don't look at my nails; they're absolutely disgusting. But yeah, so I've been printing some stuff. So I've got an Elegoo Mars Pro 2 Pro here. That we've got a little bit of an issue with. So I was really clever. Do you want me to come downstairs? Yeah, George, if you want to come downstairs and do manual zoom, that would be absolutely fantastic. But we can have a look at this. This should work. Well, that's what we're going to be looking at as well. But that's not what I wanted to show you right this second. So that is a bit of a bugger. Oh, I can't quite see. That one. No, don't do that to me. Don't break on me. There we go. So we're actually printing something from the add-on. Sorry, not the add-on. The stretch goals at the minute. These are very pretty. They are called Majestic Twisted Anemones. And they're all pre-supported. And this is Cheaty Box, if anyone doesn't know. So this is basically software that you slice models with. So I sliced it, and it might do it quickly. And it said it was going to take 2 hours and 40 minutes. So I was like, okay, if I start the printing at 4, it'll finish at like 6:30, which means I can take them off the bed and do it live. And that'd be cool, right? That'd be really cool. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. But for some reason, when I put it in the printer, it said it was going to take 3 hours and 40 minutes, not 2 hours and 40 minutes. And I don't know if I went wrong or something else went wrong. So we might have to stop this prematurely, which means one of the models might not be finished, the tallest one, but the other one should be finished by then. So we might stop it. See, it says there, it says 2 hours and 42 minutes. That's how long this will take to print, but it wants to take 3 hours and 42 minutes. So I don't know what's happened there, but that's on me, my software being a bugger, you know, just being an absolute little nightmare when I'm trying to do something new and it's like, no, you're not allowed. So it should be okay. We're gonna just manage. But I have printed some stuff prematurely, so we're gonna wait for that. We're gonna talk about some other models that are on the campaign, which isn't live yet, but it's going to be going live during this stream because it's a launch party. Hell yeah, launch party, let's go. Hell yeah, let's get some confetti in the chat. So we can just watch for an extra. Well, I mean, I'll have to ask George if that's allowed. But yeah, so like basically one of them might not be finished when we do take them off the bed, but we'll deal with that when it comes, right? So Print Your Monster. This is their second volume. It's going to be going on MyMiniFactory soon. They're literally working on it right now, and then as soon as it goes live, they're going to tell us in the chat. If there's got any questions, they're in the chat right now. Hell yeah! This is a professional stream. Look at me. So what have I been printing? Well, they sent me the core set, and they sent me some of the add-ons as well. Not the add-ons, the stretch goals, sorry. I don't have the add-ons, but they look really cool as well. So I'm going to show you some of the cool stuff, if that's okay. I've got some, I've printed lots of them at normal size. I've printed some bigger. I've had some issues with some of them, but they're totally my fault. But it should be good. Shall we have a look? Are you all ready? Are you all excited? I'm excited. So let's go we're going to go with set 1, which is Druidic Pebbles. So this is like a set. There's like 5 different designs of this particular type. What he means is Mikey needs that time to paint models for Saturday. This is very true. So essentially what this campaign is, there we go, is like, they're called Fantastic Rocks and Plants because they're rocks and plants that are fantastic, and I'm actually really impressed with these. So these are printed on the Elgu Mars 2 Pro. Cheers, that's on, appreciate it. So they're like kind of like, there's like a whole mixture of different types of stuff that you can use for either. My main thing, looking at them at this size, is basing. For basing stuff, it's going to be really cool, but you can also use it for like terrain as well. So obviously it's more like neutral. It's not like it's not like Warhammer 40k theme. They're neutral. So stuff for like D&D, Warhammer Fantasy, Age of Sigmar, 40k if you really want to. These are like cool Eldari stones. So excited, but Georgie's going to be painting some of these, so I'm really chuffed with these. These look really cool, and just for scale, we've got multiple miniatures to show you. So we've got one next to a Space Marine. There we go, look at that. One next to a Space Marine, looking hella fresh. They look cool, right? And then we've also got some D&D miniatures, which are also available on MyMiniFactory. These are for free, I think, or they came free with my printer anyway. But this is just like to give you a sense of scale. So how cool are these, right? So we've got like this big one. We've got some smaller ones. So like, you could use them to, like, you could stand a miniature on there. Games Workshop love doing that these days, so you can just make your own and do it better. Or you can, like, if you're like setting up an encounter, you've got some D&D miniatures. Let's move him, he doesn't play D&D. He'd love to, but I think you can have like a circle of summoning, like, for example. I'm struggling to get all this on camera, that's the other issue. Oh my god, they're in a weird druidic circle. What are they doing there? How cool's that? These are cool, right? No safety goggles. This is going to be wild. No safety goggles whatsoever. The plants are crazy cool. Yeah, we've got some. Don't you worry. We've got some plants. So I'm really chuffed with these. I haven't had a chance to paint them because I've only been able to print them over the weekend. But I think these are absolutely excellent. What do you guys think? What do you reckon? Think these are cool? I said, like, for me, like stuff like this, I've got some stuff that I'm gonna show you. Another one which I've got in mind, which are gonna be great for basing. But I think these are really cool. These are really cool. The goggles, they do nothing. Let's put them back over there. I've literally got little notes so I remember what they're all called. So our little D&D adventurers are going to go on a bit more of an adventure. They're going to go through to see some Necron Staglamites. I kept saying it wrong earlier and George told me off. We've got some Necron Staglamites. So these are like, they're not painted, so you can't, I don't know if you can quite see just how pretty they are, but they are absolutely superbly detailed. Look at those bad boys. Look at them. Look at that. So like, there's a picture, I can bring it up in a minute, and they're like painted like ice blue, and I was like, hell yeah, look at like an icicles in caves and stuff like that. They're rock solid. Yeah, you win, that's and does. Have them with some trees. I remember when fantasy was good and wood elves existed. Stalagmites, thank you, Beanbag. Stalagmites, I'm getting better at this. So I've got a little bit of support there that should take off. But yeah, look how cool that is, you know. And again, they're really quite tall. And I'm going to show you a little trick what you can do when you're a 3D printer, like me, a little big brain, like me. But aren't they cool, right? They don't take the pun for granite. Oh my god. But these are epic. I really like them. But then these ones, I think, me personally, I'm most excited about these rocks. We're showing you some more rocks. These are Martian cliffs. Hell yeah, look at these. So this is as tall as a tactical marine. Hell yeah, look at that. Look at that. So what I should say is the main thing about these, which is something that I look for when I'm like buying models. When I like get free models, I don't mind so much, but when I pay money for a model, does it come pre-supported? And these were all pre-supported and pre-hollowed, which was really good. So if you're basically like pre-supported, because essentially you can't like print upright all the time, you have to like support them with like extra resin that you have to like build supports. We'll go over like some of the models in a bit. But also you can hollow them if they're you know, if they're quite large, and you can like save lots of resin there, and they also make them really light. But these are all pre-supported and pre-hollowed as well. It's hard with a thick derby. Anemone, exactly. Anemone. What is it? Go on, phonetically sound that out as well. I got my Saturn 2 weeks ago, making theme parts for my army. Is so fun. Nice, dude. I've got Saturn upstairs as well. So I've got some stuff in here, which is my custom UV curing station, which we're printing on the Saturn as well. So, but yeah, so these are really cool. I was like, hell yeah, let's get a Spencer. We can like stand him on this rock, and I was like, oh okay, it's a little bit too. Let's just angle it down a little bit. Hell yeah, look. I was like, it's a little bit small, but it's not too bad, you know, because my Necrons are on, you know, Martian terrain. I was like, hell yeah, okay. Why don't I just? The great thing about 3D printing is you can just do it bigger. Hell yeah! Now look at it go. So this was printed. This is this model. So if we move these out of the way for a minute. Custom UV curing station equal bread bin with you. Don't you call me out like that. So this was the original. This is, I think this is Martian Cliff 1. And this is Martian Cliff 1 times 2 or 200%. So now we can get a big Spencer on it. Hell yeah! How cool is that? So the great thing is about these is this one I actually hollowed and supported it myself, because when you scale it up, obviously the supports haven't been designed for you know, like when it's supported like this, it's designed for this size model, but when you make it bigger, you have to like start looking at your own support. So I've hollowed it myself and then supported it. So I printed that 200% size. So I thought that'd be really good for like scar terrain in the middle of the board, right? Got a Martian board, you know, I can hide a whole marine behind it. Hell yeah. You can hide a D&D miniature behind it. You can hide all your hopes and dreams behind it. But if you've got too many hopes and dreams like me, you can go one step bigger. Now, I had a bit of an issue, but here is a big boy. So this is 300% size. So now next to Spencer, he's a little boy, and the tactical marine is tiny. So this is printed on my, goddamn camera angles. I'm not used to doing this, so this is printed on my Elgu Saturn at 300%. The only problem is I didn't support it on the inside. So what I did is I like angled it, hollowed it, and then supported it, but I didn't support the internal. 300%, you madman. Yeah, exactly. So the problem is it broke mid-print. So we have a cavern now. So it's a little bit too thin for this size, and I didn't support the center. I literally just supported the bottom, trying to get away with it, trying to be a little bit cheeky, and it didn't pay off. So we've got a cavern which I think I might just like fill with like epoxy, like 2-part epoxy, like milliput or something like that. Like fill it with kitchen roll or kitchen foil, sorry, and then like smooth it out again, or make like a cool cavern. But that was my fault. That's not the miniature's fault. That's just how I didn't bother supporting the center. If I supported the center, we wouldn't have had it crack and then reprint. But how cool does it look from this side? Hell yeah! Look at that. We got tactical marine. He can literally go inside. He can literally go inside. That's how big it is. It's a little cavern for a space marine. Look at that. How cool is that? What do you reckon? See, that still looks nice, 300%. That's the thing, like, a lot of people don't realise. Like, expanding foam to fill, hell yeah, Ginger Steve. I actually have some expanding foam. That is a brilliant idea. That is a fantastic idea. Hell yeah. We can fix it. See? We're all hobbyists. This is what we're for. That's the thing, like, what people don't realise is with 3D printing is, like, the detail never gets lost. So you, like, if you look at, like, all three of these, where have I put that one? It's here. Like some of the details on the smallest one, like you can see them, but they're really minute. Like, you know, these like cracks and divots and what have you, you know. But then when you like go humongous, you can like really see like how much effort has been put into something like it's quite mundane. It's a rock, but it does look absolutely wonderful, you know. Like you can just keep going, and you can keep going even smaller. Like this is 100% size. You could go smaller than this if you want to put them on these little bases, you know, on these 32 mils. 300% is bold of you, but I think you need to be bolder. I can't believe that is terrible. That is good. That is very good. Out of all the printers you have so far, which one do you recommend? So I have 3 printers. I have an LG Saturn, I have the Mars 2 Pro, and Mars Pro 2, Mars 2 Pro, I never remember, and I have a Creality CR6, which is a plastic printer. If you're a beginner and you want to get into printing stuff that's highly detailed like this, then one of these is absolutely great, and they're relatively cheap as well. I do have Amazon links in the description. They do help out the channel. That is you know, something to be aware of. But I really recommend one of these because they're really small, so they don't take up much space, but also they're really good to work with. So, and they print really quickly because they have a nice screen, what's known as a mono screen. So essentially, like a 3D printer, like a resin 3D printer. It has an LCD screen underneath, so we've got like a vat. We'll get some close-ups in a few, but we've got like a vat of resin, and then we've got like a phone screen essentially underneath. So in old printers, they use literal phone screens and tablet screens, so they couldn't cure the resin very fast. But now they're using mono screens, which are designed for 3D printers, so you can print really quick. For example, old printers, so the first Mars, would take 8 seconds to cure a layer of resin, roughly. This is taking like 2.5 seconds, so it's like nearly 4 times as fast, which is really cool. There you go. So yeah, I'd recommend one of these. I really like it. So that's Mikey's entrance to the Bat Cave. Yes, this is the Bat Cave in miniature form. But I mean, we can fix that, you know. And I could always print it again. And if I support the center, then it probably won't fail. So this is printed on my Saturn. The reason I printed it on the Saturn rather than Mars is that it can go bigger. So this is the biggest I could do on the Mars 2 Pro, the one next to me, and this was printed on a larger resin printer. So they are Martian cliffs from the core set as well. I really like them. Again, basing opportunities, boys. It's like literally endless. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at some more stuff. We've got some toxic alien pines. How about that? How about that? Let's move Spencer out of the way. No hate for the puns, no need to slate them. Look at these bad boys. Look at these. I was like, oh, I left a support on there as well. I was like really impressed with these. Like, they are so pretty. Sadly, I didn't print this one massive. This is just how it is. But it's like a pine cone, but more interesting. It's a lot more. It should be a lot more colourful. But that is they're really pretty. I really like those. So again, do you just think like if you want to stick that on a base, that is like perfect. You know, that's like perfect size. And if you could like, if you wanted to, you could like chop some bits off and put them on there. Or again, you can have them as like scatter terrain. You know, like if you're like building some terrain, some large terrain, and you want to have some interesting stuff going on around it. For example, like let's say like a bombed out house, or like a bombed out building, and you want to have like alien interaction with it. Then you got some like cool little tree thing to go on it. But yeah, a fancy alien pine cone. So I really like these as well. I've got 2 more to show you. Then we're going to look at the website. Then we're going to have to have a look what this guy's doing. I can see a couple are fully printed. That's the main thing. It still says it's got an hour left. What time is it now? Okay, we might be okay. We might. It says an hour. What do you reckon? Have you 3D printed some stuff like this for your miniatures? Let me know. But again, like look at the detail. Look at it. Look how cool. It's just a plant thing. They would look good on 2D bases, yeah. I agree. Excuse my fingers. I don't like do proper manicures. Whereas these 2 weeks ago when I started building my sister's battle bases with Ukraine and France, plans. Well, let me show you something else. So the reason I mentioned that to you, Wargaming, last night is because in my custom UV curing station, we have something else. Look at this. So we'll go over about curing and stuff in a bit. We're going to do, this is like showing off the miniatures. My plan for the stream is to show off the stuff that I've got printed. Then it's to show off the website where you can get them. Then we're going to do resin print curing and stuff like that. So my plan is to take these off and show you how like I clean them up, and then how I cure them, and then what they look like when they're printed. So that's the plan for the stream. But yeah, so we've got some more stuff that was in my curing station because it only just finished printing. And I've had a couple of breakages with this as well, which is a bit of a shame. But this was when I was taking the supports off because I was in a bit of a rush. But we've got some pirate palm trees. Hell yeah, look at these. Look at this tree. Look how cool it is. Look at the tree. Look at the leaves. Hell yeah. Look, you want to build a beach? You want some beach bases? Look at this. Look at that, stick that on a base. That's gonna be epic. Look how tall they are. Like, you know, it's like, look at this, awesome. And again, this is just 100%. If you wanted to, you could obviously print these bigger or smaller. If you have got a 3D printer and you're planning on printing some stuff like this. So we had a bit of a disaster there. We had a bit of a breakage on one of the leaves when I took the support off. Again, me rushing. So these are printed on the Saturn as well, just because I had both printers going at the same time. These look tremendous. They do look tremendous. But yeah, so this is, as Beanbag says in the chat, like these are great for. The thing is they don't just have one use, which is great. There's nothing like super themed around one thing. They're very generic, but that's actually, in this case, generic is very good because you can use it in multiple game systems. So again, like I've got a Space Marine just so you can see scale, because a lot of my community is 40k players, right? But obviously, like if you play Dungeons and Dragons and you want to again set up encounters, set up some terrain and stuff like that, you're suddenly on a beach, you know. And the thing is, they're really small. They're again pre-supported, pre-hollowed where you can. These aren't obviously hollowed; these are solid. It's just a case of printing them. A couple of hours later, sometimes 3 hours, sometimes 4, depending what he wants to do. You've got like, you know, some little terrain to make your 3D battlefields ready to go. I kind of want to redo my bases, but at the same time I don't want to. But the thing is with basing is you can like mix it up, right? So if you already made some, and then you wanted to do, like say 3D print these 4 bases, you can always mix it up, and that would help make it look okay. It means you don't have to change everybody, you can just change a few, you know? That's what I do anyway. That's what I kind of did with some of my stuff. So I started using different sands, so I started mixing it up in squads, and that helps. But yeah, so pirate palm trees. You want a pirate themed army? Pirate themed bases, pirate themed terrain for your own board. Again, like with D&D, we haven't played in person for a long time, but like the DM that I had one of those like fold out books which has like maps on it already, so you can just like get some of these and just drop them off. I did like 50 so far. It's fine, you know, just do some again, it'll be alright. But I'm just like really impressed with the detail. Again, like I've left supports on because I'm rushing, because I was setting up for this live stream, but like the fact that this is all pre-supported is just a case of just banging it onto the cheaty box, slicing it, and then pressing go to print is really cool, especially when you get this I hope that's in focus. When you get this level of detail, you know. And that's the beauty of resin 3D printed, is you do get this fantastic detail. I need this plant. It's very nice. I really like it. If you needed to rush, you could have palmed them off to George. I live for the puns, you know that. I fucking love them. They're brilliant. Yeah, these are really good. Yeah, really, really good. Again, like you got this tray. This was the one I broke. There we go. This is the one I actually broke. But again, you got like pre-supported, all ready to go. Look at the detail. Look at it. It's so nice. Palm trees. I never thought I'd get so excited about palm trees, right? But here I am, just like gawking at these. I'm just like, these are so good. So good. And then we got witch ornaments, the final one to show you. Build your own Bahamas. I mean, it's the closest I'm going to get to the Bahamas anytime soon, so let's just zoom out on here, that way. Here we go. Witch ornaments. Look at these. So would you say a 3D printer is worthwhile? I'm so tempted. So 3D printing, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing, but you have to be aware that it is a hobby in its own. So like, everyone's like, oh yeah, get a 3D printer and just print whatever you want, but you have to be aware there's a lot involved. Like, I've got a 3D printer sat next to me and it's just printing away. Don't have to do anything with it. The cleanup process is something you have to be aware of. I made multiple videos. I've got the Elgoose Saturn review and I've got the Mars 2 Pro review about resin printing, about cleanup and stuff like that. So buying a printer isn't everything you've got to buy. You've got to buy a lot more. For example, I've got a custom UV curing station. I've got an ultrasonic cleaner just next to me as well. And I'm going to show you how to do everything live. I'm going to be making a video in a few weeks as well about 3D printing some of these miniatures in particular, and then curing them and painting them and stuff like that. So it's just something to be aware of. It's not quite as easy as just buying one. I always say it's another hobby in itself, but it helps other hobbies alongside. So I have a 3D printer because it helps Warhammer and other games I've played, such as D&D. But it is a hobby in itself. But it's a really fun technology. I really, really like it. And you know, you get to print cool stuff like this. So look at this, like witch ornament. It's like a witch totem thing. So it's just like covered in bodies. Like this. Start thinking about chaos and stuff like that. Look at that. It's beautiful. I was really impressed with this. It looks like we've had a bit of a flat there, which this was the pre-supported model, so I don't know if the supporters failed in my printer or something, but that's something I'm gonna have to have a look into. But yeah, this was really, really cool. I think this is like don't take anything for what I say is factual. I know MyMiniFactory will be able to answer, but I believe they're doing some free gifts, and I think these are involved. So if you have got a 3D printer, you can just have a look, and you might be able to get a couple of the models for free. But yeah, look at this. Look how cool that is. Look at the detail of like the skulls and stuff. You know, and the rib cage there. Again, I'm really sorry that these aren't painted. I just haven't had time. But I am going to be painting some for another video, which is going to be really fun. In a couple of weeks. But look at that. Again, excuse my nails. You know? It's beautiful. I think these are really cool. These are like one of my favourite. Just like so much. Did it just detect a face? My camera just tried to detect a face. What resin do you use? These are all printed in Elegoo ABS light grey. Again, there's an Amazon link in the description. It is an affiliate link, but anything that I'm using in this video is linked in the description as well. So it's ABS light grey. But yeah, look at that. It's just like people if you know 3D printing, you know, but like people who don't know about 3D printing and just aware of it, they're like, oh, I just don't like the layer lines. Don't like the layer lines. But look at this. What layer lines? Can you see any layer lines? Because I can't. Let me put it down. You know? Look at that. It's 0.2mm layers. So can you see them? And I can't. I guess you say that model is bare bones right now. It is bare bones. Well done. But don't you just think that's fantastic? Like look at these stalagmites, you know? Des, please. Look at that. Isn't it just great? Isn't it just absolutely beautiful? You could cast something like this maybe, but you'd struggle. You know? You'd really struggle. And to make something like this, it'd be quite difficult, but then you can just go run off on your 3D printer and just there you are. Boom. Boom. That was very humorous. Oh my god. You're killing me, boys. You're absolutely killing me. So, 3D printing. That's some cool stuff from this campaign. Let's have a quick look at the actual page from Print Your Monster and MyMiniFactory. I'm going to really struggle to do this now, but that's G2 box. For some reason, I'm capturing a specific window and not what I actually wanted to capture. Please be the right one. There we go. Coolio. So this is Print Your Monsters website. Well, it's MyMiniFactory's website, but it's Print Your Monsters page. So these guys have run a few campaigns before in the past, but this one in particular is not up yet, but it's going to be on this page anytime soon. You can actually see an advert for it there. Last chance for an exclusive discount with fantastic plants and rocks. So you can go on there, you can sign up and get a newsletter or an email reminder, and you'll actually get a discount on the campaign as well. So they sell loads of stuff there. They actually sell like terrain bits, but they also like do monster parts as well. So they like do, let's have a closer look. I saw one that was really cool earlier. Like look at this. Let's open that. And this guy. Pirate treasure. Let's go. Load, please. Well, they're making them lag because they're trying to like upload this thing. Can we have high def, or is it just not? There we go. Look at this thing. Look how cool that is. So this is from Print Your Monsters. This is the same company that are making these terrain pieces right now, but this is just some of the other stuff that they're making as well. I'm hoping to be able to show you the campaign when it does go live. That's basically what we're waiting for. He is quite chubby, but he looks quite cool. So MyMiniFactory are actually sponsoring the stream. They said they want me to promote their website, and I use MyMiniFactory all the time. That is like my honest opinion. It's not just, they're not telling me to say anything, they just want me to show it you. It's a really good website for like miniatures, terrain pieces, etc. Again, they've started moving into hosting campaigns. So they had Raging Heroes last month, which had their campaign for their Christmas stuff, but now they've got Print Your Monsters, which is their second campaign they're actually running, to be able to host and sell these designs to you. And you know, I'm here to like tell you how cool they are, and I'm really chuffed with them. So I wouldn't promote them if I weren't interested in them. I am really interested in them. I think they're really cool, and thankfully MyMiniFactory come forward and asked me to show them off to you. So when's it going live? It's going live any minute. So MyMiniFactory are in the chat, and as soon as it goes live, they're going to be posting the link in the chat. So there's a Demon Prince of Corn. Yeah, there you go. This bad boy, pirate treasure. I don't know why the pirate treasure. Clearly they don't want me to have the treasure. They don't want to let me open this one. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? And it comes supported as well. Kings. Absolute king. You dropped your crown because supported is king. There you go, someone's printed one there. How epic does that look? Soon, I promise it'll be soon. There you go. So they are on it right now. So they are new to like hosting these type of campaigns and stuff like that. So they're like making sure it's all perfect before they post it live, rather than like posting it and having issues. Better late than never, right? You know. So it's going to be coming today. It's coming today. That's what we promised. But so they have a bunch of cool stuff. Obviously, MyMiniFactory really good for supporting the creators as well. So I think it's something like 95% goes to the creator for anything you buy as well. So they only take a small cut for hosting stuff, and that's just to pay for basically the people who work there, you know. So like other companies, they take a lot more. These guys they take hardly anything. So go and support them, and thank you again to them for sponsoring the stream. And then we're going to look at some close-ups of the print now. I think. How's that sound? Does that sound okay? Does that sound good? Let's go. Okay. So let's get the camera set up. Look at this, professional on camera, moving. I was like, why is it so big? And then I realised I was just zoomed in. That's why. Oh yeah. So we printed with my Mars 2 Pro today. Again, just because it's a really convenient printer for me because it's small. It's really good for like moving around. A back volume one, I love the first lot. Can't wait for volume 2. Hell yeah, Gareth. There you go, going in for number 2. That must be how good it is. Why is it so big out of context? I have the Saturn. Are you going to upgrade to one? So Apex, I actually have a Saturn as well. Saturn was my first resin printer. This actually came second. I really like this one just because it's really portable. So this is why I'm using this one today. I could bring the Saturn down, but it's a lot bigger. So I was like, I'll bring the Mars down, because it's a very common printer as well. So a lot of people have this printer or this printer size. more importantly, so I thought I'd use this one today. But I should say that pretty much everything that I've printed, barring the palm trees, were all printed on one Mars plate. So if you have something that's this size, you can print a whole set on one plate, which is like obviously quite important with resin printing. So we're gonna go. Oh, I missed something there. So I'm talking about anti-aliasing, I think. I'll have to check that out. I'm printing an Anycubic Photon and Photon Mono X. So I think the Anycubic Photon and the Mono X are basically their equivalent of Elegoo Mars and the Saturn, I believe, in terms of size. But we're going to go some basics for people in the chat who don't know what resin printing is. If that's okay? Is that okay? It's going to happen anyway. So what we've got is, let's lift the lid off. We've got some majestic twisted thingy-mabobs. I'm not going to say the name because you'll all rip me for it. So we've got some majestic thingy-bobs printing at the minute. So this is from the, I think this is a stretch goal actually. But essentially what we've got a plate here. I'm not going to touch anything, don't worry guys, I'm not wearing gloves, but I'm not going to be touching anything. I've got some gloves for in a minute. So we've got a plate and then we've got a resin vat here, and then underneath the resin vat we've got the phone screen as I mentioned earlier. So essentially what we do is we, the build plate moves towards the phone screen and leaves a small gap in between, and then the phone screen turns on and shines a shape with UV light, and the UV light sets the layer of resin in a particular shape and gets it to stick to the build plate or to the model that's already printed. So what happens is it does this multiple times at multiple like really minuscule layers, and what we get is a slow process of building shapes, you know, going up and down, goes down, sets a layer, pulls that layer, now you've got a small model on the build plate, goes down, sets another layer, you've got a slightly bigger model, usually 0.2 millimeters higher than you were a minute ago. And a failed print. Have I got a failed print? Oh, I have got a failed print. Oh no. So we have got a failed print in the front. So that means we can definitely stop the print early, because that's the biggest one that's fallen off. So that is a shame. So I'm gonna have to look into that, whether that was me or whether the supports. You have a fair print, yeah. It happens. It's 3D printing. I mean, it's one of those things. It's something you have to be aware of. But you get failed prints. Prints fail all the time. It can be the effect to the resin, if the resin temperature changes, if it's been sat too long, if there's not enough supports, if there's too much suction. So that's when the print is too large. But again, this is great because it means we can stop the print a little bit early. But yeah, these things happen. It's resin printing. It's not perfect every time. But yeah, maybe it needs some thicker supports. That would probably help, because they do look quite thin when they actually touch the model. These are the pre-supported models as well, so maybe that's something we need to look into. Well, hell yeah! At least you can see that this is what happens. If it all went perfectly, where's the story? Where's the drama? You know. I got a photo over a year ago and haven't touched it. I fell off the learning curve and not sure I can be bothered to get back on. The thing is, it's one of those things. It is a big hobby in itself. You know, it's not a quick thing to just pick up. My wallet is here, I want one. Well, if you do want one, use the link in the description. Helps out the channel. Cheers, man. It buys me more resin because clearly I'm wasting it. So this is something you have to be aware of. So what we're going to have to do is, essentially what's happened there is the model has fallen off and now it's stuck to the bottom of the vat. So it's stuck to the bottom of here. And we're going to have to go in there, empty the resin and peel off the old model, clean it out, put it back in, and then it should be alright. So again, I've not had failed prints all day. I've been printing constantly for the past 2 days. This is the first fail, I think, except for the palm tree where I broke it, but that was on the Saturn as well. So, but the great thing is that was the bigger one, so it wasn't going to finish anyway because we were going to pause it early. So I changed my FEP for EPAC's NFEP, and it's more anti-stick than normal FEP. That's quite good. Maybe I'll have to check that out. So I've got some PTFE lube on this one. And that's been really helpful. I've been getting super perfect prints all the time, but again, models fail all the time. It's just one of those things. It was you, not the Saturn. How dare you, man? It's the live stream cursor, says MyMiniFactory. Exactly, yeah, you know. again, it's like, if everything went fine, why would you watch, you know? I'd be like, oh look, cool, I've printed some stuff, the end. This is drama, boys. This is drama, this is what we want. I will use the link if I get one. Hell yeah, good lad. And also check MyMiniFactory stuff. Yeah, exactly. So they've got loads of free stuff. They've got paid stuff as well. Obviously, this is a paid campaign, but they get some free stuff with it. But they hold a whole bunch of miniatures, like for pretty much anything you like. So we love the drama and the cringe and the puns, exactly. So this is cringe. This is what you want. This is what you want from me. So it looks like we're waiting on one model at the back, except for the large one, which didn't print. So we're going to give that a few more minutes. How many layers has it got? It's 78% done. So again, we've got one at the back that's still going, sorry, and then we'll have 4 to play with at least. I have a peek before bed and then drama happens. Drama does happen. We love drama, don't we? You know. But this is how resin printing works. But you know, I think it's one of those things that when you first get one. When I first got this Saturn, sorry, it was my first resin printer. I'd worked with plastic printers before, but the first resin one was the Elgu one, the Elgu Saturn, sorry. And I was just like mesmerised. I was like what you guys are doing at home. I was just like, what's happening? This is so cool. I don't know what's happening. And then I had a fail. To be fair, I am proper Yorkshire, Rich. That's the problem. It's in my genes. But yeah, there's all links in the description if you want to check out anything from MyMiniFactory. If you want to see Print Your Monsters campaign page, that'll be coming up soon, but you can see their profile page where they've got all the other designs from the last campaign. And I'm really excited for the website to go up. It's going to go up any minute, and we can have a look at what they've got for this one. I have seen the add-ons as well, and I will tell you, they are so spicy. So spicy. They're really nice. I really like them. So, but I'm very excited for this guy to be done. I might pause it and have a look. If I pause it though, you guys won't be able to see because it's going to go up past the camera, I think. I'm trying to look when it comes out of the resin. Is it done? If we have a quick look. So we're basically waiting. On this one here. See that one? See there? I'm trying to see if he's done or not. We can't quite tell. It's not quite coming out enough, you know? The add-ons are next level. Hell yeah. Okay, spoilers guys. Don't tell MyMiniFactory I'm about to tell you, but there's a cool sea monster and I really want it. But don't tell them I told you. I know they're listening, but yeah, so this is the resin. So again, this is Elgu's ABS light grey that I'm using. So I use that one because it's just really convenient to get hold of, because Elgu have it on Amazon all the time, and sometimes it's on sale as well. Its properties are pretty good. So ABS light means it's a little bit less brittle. So compared to like standard grey, it is quite brittle still, but it's resin, you know. It's what you're dealing with, and it's the type of resin that it is. So, but we're waiting for that one. But this is what 3D printing is about. It's just about sitting and watching a build plate go up and down and hoping for the best. So, aren't they pretty? They're not the pine cones. They're similar to the pine cones. I'm hoping I haven't printed the wrong one. Have I printed the wrong one? No, I don't think I have. I'm still testing them, but I can't tell the difference between 4 and 8. But I did just like 2 prints. You want to poke it? Yeah, the thing is you don't want to poke it. The last thing you want to do is poke it, because resin is a sensitizer, so it can damage your skin and you can get bad like rashes and stuff like that. So the last thing you want to do is touch it. I'm going to show you all the stuff that you're going to need, as well as a 3D printer, as well as resin to actually deal with them. But yeah, a watch printer never finishes. But the thing is, if you pause it, it does finish at that point. We're just waiting for that guy at the back. He can't have long legs. So let's have a look at the front. I don't think the guy at the back's even printed. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pause it. I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna zoom out a bit. We're gonna have a look. I can't quite get the angle, but we're gonna pause it. Are you ready? I'm gonna pause the print. This is like sacrificial, I'm pretty sure. So that one at the back is done. The one at the front, which failed, isn't done. So I think we're all right to get away with it. Might be worth putting links in the chat for anyone on mobile. Hell yeah! As soon as we've got a full link, I will post it in. But again, if you're on YouTube, there's all links in the description. There's just because there's a load of links, I can't like link each one. I can't afford this, but damn, I am tempted to every time to get a printer. They're really fun. They're really cool. You know, like look at that. Let's get some close-ups. It's a little bit dark just because of the lighting, but we're gonna hang it in a minute so the excess resin can come off. So the main thing you need is nitrile gloves. We've got a whole bunch here. These things, they are 100% number one thing you need, and you will use thousands. I think I've used 2 boxes already. No, maybe not thousands, a couple hundred at least. So we've got a little hangy thingy. What we're going to do is we're going to stop the print and see if it moves first, because we're not going to finish that print because it's already failed. Yeah, so it's going to go a little bit higher. And then do all my camera stuff before I start touching resin. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to hang it so all the excess drips off back into the vat. We'll put that on there. It's a bit awkward this bit. And put all that on there. So it's actually timed. We've timed that perfectly, I think. What time is it? 10 to 7? Hell yeah, that's the time I want. It should have finished if that one would have worked. But yeah, so I think those supports are a little bit thin. I'm not sure. But it looks like the rest of it's printed fine, which is the main thing. So I'm just going to get some. The other thing that's most important is, like, I don't know what to call it, work roll. Workers roll. I've just got some white thingy roll thing. I have 3,000 gloves. You finally sending me some, because I go through like probably like 5 or 10 a day. So just going to let that drip off for now, and then we're going to get in there, and I'll show you what we're going to be using to clean it up. You know, I may as well just leave my glove on if I'm going to do that. Probably don't want to move the camera. Okay. Kitchen roll. Yeah, it's kitchen roll, but it's the workers' traders one. What I should have brought is a bin. I forgot to bring my bin down. Well, from last one, but the resin is a bit expensive. Well, you don't have to use any particular resin. All resin pretty much does the same thing, you know. Move them into a safe space. Put them there. Okay. We're going to do some camera adjustments, if that's okay, guys. Well, I need to get this on screen. This is my ghetto tray, because we're going to be doing some cleanup, basically. I'm going to get another angle as well if we can. Okay. Hell yeah, let's go. Okay, so this is all the things that I have that I use for 3D printing to clean stuff up. It cost me less to get you to buy them than to ship it. So what we've got is, it's not Febreze. This is isopropyl alcohol in a spray bottle. We've got a whole bunch of isopropyl alcohol. So this is just because I've been filling stuff up. So this stuff, we're going to be using this to clean the prints off. So essentially we're going to rinse it in this, basically. And we don't actually need that bottle. This is a tub of isopropyl alcohol. So this is like a pickle jar. It's a tub with a strainer, which are really handy, because what you can do is you can put your models in there, and then you can use the strainer to like wash it around essentially without actually getting your hands in. But this is essentially full of alcohol. We've got a scraper. This is one that comes with the printer. I don't actually use this one that much, but I do have it around just in case. So this comes free, but it scratches the build plate, which I don't like. So I actually use one of these, and there's a great video by what's his name? Uncle Jesse, I think, the other day, if you watch him for 3D printing stuff as well. He's recommended these as well. So I use one of these. So these are basically like, it's a scraper with plastic blades, essentially. This is where Mikey drops that on the models you've been painting for the weekend. Exactly, now they're miles away. So this is really good for like getting in and getting under the supports and the rafts and stuff like that, and getting in there without scratching your plate. We've got a little brush. So this brush actually came with some water washable resin, but this is really good for getting excess resin off. And then we've got this little plastic scraper. They give you this to scrape the FEP film, or the film between the vat and the phone screen, but I use this to like basically scrape off the excess resin to make it quicker. That's pretty much all I use it for. Why would you need supports on things with a flat base where the top is not overhanging the base? So the reason you'd have supports and you'd print these at an angle is because you want to avoid suction as much as possible. So if you got and basically if you print it flat to the base, that the bottom of the base will be exposed to the UV light for a lot longer, which means it'll stick to the bed better, but also you'll struggle to get that off the base at the same time. So the reason you print on a raft and the reason you print on supports is so you have something to easily get under, which will support your model while it's printed, but easily come off afterwards as well. And because they're quite thick, the excess resin won't come off very well, so you print them at an angle, so the resin like drips off naturally. So if you've got anything like something that goes at an angle, you usually want to print that vertical so it prints better. So those pickles are going to turn you blind. I feel like I'm at a dentist with them gloves, but Mikey's the dentist and I'm in hell. Okay, well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. So what we're going to do, this is just like a microfiber cloth. You can get fancy mats and stuff like that. This is literally an IKEA tray, and I've got a cloth over it just so I don't get excess stuff everywhere. Normally, because I have a space where I like 3D print stuff, I don't use this. I just wipe it. But for today's stream, because I don't want to get resin everywhere, because we're not in my 3D printing space, I'm using this to absorb it, and then this is going to go in the bin afterwards. So wait for when you get to drill out and go to ping your Joshua. Exactly. So let's take these models off. We've got a lot of the excess resin off, and we'll take the little clip out. Who did a video on the plastic scrapers? It was Uncle Jesse, I think it was. But I promoted them in the Christmas video that I did last year. So this is what they look like on the build plate. So I'm just going to get some. We'll put that back on there a second. But there's a link for the scraper in the description if you do want some. Again, anything you see here, there's links in the description if you want to get some yourself. So we've got some workers' kitchen roll, we'll call it. I'm going to put it on there so the excess resin in there, and I'm just quickly going to grab a bag just so we've got somewhere to put this rubbish. Oh, I've got a box here actually. Never mind, I've got a box that'll do for now, and I can deal with it afterwards. Cool. Okay. So take that off there. So essentially, what we're going to do, we get that, get this, and then we're going to scrape the models off. So you can get the knife right under there, because the raft and the supports have a slight angle. So what I tend to do is like lift it initially with this plastic scraper, because again it doesn't scratch my build plate, because you can't, the build plate being scratched is fine, but it just doesn't look very good, and I'm anal. So so going in with the plastic scraper, and then I'm going to use the metal scraper. I'm not, as you can see, I'm not digging in, I'm just going to be like leveraging it off with this. So we're just going to take these off. Well, that one hasn't been, need the plastic scraper on that one again. And go. So what we can do with that now is I've got a little bit of spray AIPA, and I would normally spray the build plate, but I was just thinking then, I've got loads of painted models behind me, so I'm going to spray it here rather than over there. So we'll just spray that, and then we'll just wipe it down with some more roll. I said you just go through so much of this and gloves. 4 out of 5 isn't bad. I'd say that's pretty good. You know, 80% pass rate. You know, that's usually an A. So I'll take the A, the big W for an A. What we're gonna do with that now is put that back, and then if we had some more stuff to print, which I might do, we could just set that to print now. That'd be it. But I'm going to turn that off for now. Okay. So this is where don't tip ISO down the drain. Don't put ISO down the drain. No. So everything is a chemical waste. So make sure you dispose of it properly. So what I tend to do is everything that has resin on it, it gets cured, and then it's just natural waste then. So these are the prints. So as you can see, they're still covered. They're only partly cured. So we're going to clean them off now. So don't excuse the gross IPA, but it's because I use it all the time. So what we do, we've got this like pickled, we've got like a strainer thing. So we're just going to like wash it around in there like that. Look at that. ASMR time. No, you have a failed print in your vat. Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot that I've got a failed print. So I'm going to have to empty that. I'm probably not going to do that on stream. But in my vat there is a failed print, so that needs taken out first. Thank you, Ray Candy. I completely forgot about that. Because I'm presenting, that's why. So I'm going to slosh that around in that. Do you like that? Is that nice? Hell yeah. And cool. So for some people, that is it. No, then we can take those back out. Again, we got this little strainer, so we don't actually really put its hands in the IPA. And that's it. Cool. So these are looking a lot cleaner now. But what I tend to do is, the reason this IPA is this colour is because this is the IPA that was in my ultrasonic cleaner. So what I tend to do is get the excess off with this, and then I use a ultrasonic cleaner to clean it off. So MyMiniFactory says a slowly spun salad spinner works great for this. There you go. So use a salad spinner. That's a great idea actually. But yeah, so I have an ultrasonic cleaner, so I'm just going to chuck these in there. It's not on camera, it's just off camera. So it's because I basically couldn't find any plug sockets, so it's just off camera, just to the side. I'll drop them in there, bang that on there, and then we're going to wait for them to clean up. So what I'd normally do now is empty the vat, I'd drain it through some strainers, and then I'd basically massage the failed model off. So, as Ray Camry has rightly said, don't try and print with a failed model on the FAP. One, you won't print, and two, you'll damage the build plate. Does having more than one print increase the chance of having a failed print? So, yeah, because you're dealing with more stuff, because essentially what you've got is, if I just put my face on, let's wipe that off first, 1 second. So essentially what you've got is let's pretend my hand is the film at the bottom of the vat, and this is the build plate that comes down, it leaves a gap. When you print something, it sticks, right? It sticks to what's called the FEP. I'm trying to grab a bit of the glove, but I can't do it because I'm wearing gloves. Let me just grab some. So it sticks to the FEP and the build plate at the same time. So this is the build plate, my top hand, and this is the FEP. And what it does, it like peels off like that. It's like a piece of laminate, right? And it peels off and it pops, and you can hear it popping when it's printing, right? And what you've got to do is you've got to balance the forces of sticking to the build plate so the model stays on the build plate, and balancing the suction so when it pulls, what wins is the model and the FEP stays flat again. So essentially that's how it prints. It like peels off, you know, and pops. And the reason that's failed is because what's happened is in that battle, that tug of war of the build plate and the film's won. So as it's come off, the model's stuck to the film, the build plate's come away, and then it's not been able to regain it. So that's how it failed. How do you drain the vat? So essentially what you do to drain the vat is this vat will just come straight out, right? So you've got, well, don't put that on there. You've got two little screws here, like so, and that'll come out. And what we've got to do to drain that is essentially pour it into another container. So, but you usually pour it through a filter. The reason I'm not doing it is because all the stuff was upstairs. I wasn't expecting to have a failed print because they're all pre-supported. So in this instance, either the pre-supported model is the issue, or it's the fact that I've printed everything at the same time, or the resin in that particular place just hasn't cured properly. So Do you use IPA directly in your cleaner, or do you have an extra tub in there? No, it's directly in my cleaner. Just IPA in the ultrasonic cleaner. That's literally its job. Is to clean prints or clean models and strip paint. So no, don't use the salad spinner for your salad afterwards. It would taste gross and smell weird. That's a weird but good example. Yeah, exactly. So basically, it pops like that because it's pulling off your essentially like a piece of laminate, like like what you laminate paper with. But yeah, so you're basically fighting those forces all the time, and that's when you get fails. So you've got to have enough supports, and you've got to have the model in the right orientation, so you don't have too much suction. Because if you have too much suction, you've got like a balloon essentially, or like a sucker cup, and you just like, and then it tears the supports. So I use an extra tub so I can change the IPA more easily. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, to be fair. But it's not a very large one. It's only like, it's smaller than this. It's around the same silhouette, but it's smaller. So it's not too large. It only holds like half a litre or something. So it doesn't fit this in, for example. So I think we might be able to rescue those in a second. We'll be able to get those out of the printer. To clean the IPA, put it in a glass jar and set it out in the sun. Yeah, exactly. So this is, again, what I've just got out of the ultrasonic cleaner today. That's why it's so messy. But with IPA, what you can do is you can just leave it to settle, because the resin in this, the reason this is a dodgy colour is because there's resin in there. It'll just settle. And then if you leave it out in the sun, it'll settle and cure together, so you can just pull it out, like it just goes like sludge. Yeah, good idea. Good idea, I reckon. I like it. I like it. That's a great idea. Yeah, but what we'll do is I'll put this to one side, just so, because I don't need that anymore. And let's rescue these prints, shall we? So I usually leave them in for about 15 minutes. But the reason is for that is you only really need to clean it for a few minutes, but my ultrasonic cleaner gets warm after a little bit of time, so it warms up. So what that does is help me get the supports off. So here we go. We've got some majestic twisted thingies. So they've just come out of the cleaner, so they're looking a lot cleaner now, obviously. What we can do now is we can take the supports off. So these should just peel away. I will steal your two-stage cleaning process. I recommend my two-stage cleaning process because I really like it. I always clean it off in a pickle jar first, just to get rid of the excess stuff, the bulk of it, and then the stuff in my ultrasonic cleaner lasts a lot longer, and you don't have to clean it out as often. The way things are arranged on the build plate can affect failed/non-failed prints. Exactly, yeah. There's lots of factors, and that's what you have to be aware of. That sounded horribly satisfying. So we've basically got to dry these now. So normally I'd use a hairdryer. I don't have a hairdryer down here, again, because I'm not in my usual printing space. So a hairdryer, what that does is, so the thing is some people put prints into cure straight away. And what happens is if there's excess IPA on here, so you can see these are still wet. I'm sure you can still see. You can't because I'm not on the close-up. There we go. Sorry, my bad. I was looking at the wrong one. So these are still wet because they've got IPA on there. Let's get rid of that as well. So usually what I do is I'd use a hairdryer to dry it off, to evaporate it, and then you don't get like cloudiness. So when the IPA evaporates in UV, you tend to get like a white cloud, which we don't want. It doesn't matter, but it looks crap. If you put your prints in hot water after cleaning support, they get off more easily and damage the model less. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I, as I said, I let my UV ultrasonic cleaner get warm when it's cleaning them, because then they come out warm and the supports come off really quickly. I switched to water washable resin, slightly more on average per container of resin, but no added extra for IPA, which with COVID went up in price so much last year. It's true, I think I buy about 5 litres for about 15-20 quid or something. And it lasts me quite a while because I pretty much only use it properly in the spray bottle. In the ultrasonic cleaner, it lasts me a couple of months, you know. So, and then the jar, the gross one that I've got, that's essentially what was in my UV cleaner. So like, that's probably like half a litre in there and it lasts me a month or two. So So what I've got is this little brush. This is great for getting supports off, but it's also great for just wiping away the IPA and helping it evaporate a little bit quicker. So I'm just going to brush them off. So essentially I just dust it. Just to get the excess IPA off so we can actually put it in our curing station. But yeah, I've got some water washable resin, but I've just got a whole bunch of this because it was on sale on Amazon, and I've got IPA because I use it for stripping models as well. So like if you don't have, if you want to strip miniatures, like strip the paint off, you can use IPA as well, and that's really good for it. It doesn't damage plastic, which is why it's so good. So I use them, I just bang them in my sonic cleaner as well. I have like 2 bottles. I have like fresh, which I use for cleaning prints, and then I have like a gross one, which is for cleaning paint off models. And there we go. They are pretty much all done. So all we have to do though now is cure them. So I'm going to take a glove off so I can move the camera. I'm going to leave one glove off to moving the miniatures. And I don't want to be too aggressive. So apologies about the camera in the middle of the screen. And there we go. So we've got the custom curing station. Hell yeah, look at that bad boy. Look at that. Look at this. This is a custom UV curing station available at hellstormwargaming.co.uk/shop. I'm just kidding. So when I got into printing, I didn't want to buy too much. So what this actually is, it is LED strips of UV bulbs in a bread bin. And why is it in a bread bin, everyone asked? It's because it's silver on the inside, so it's super reflective. So essentially what you've got is loads of UV bulbs shining light into a reflective bin, so it's reflecting the UV rays everywhere. So I've got them under the lid. I should touch it with the other hand, but there you go. It doesn't actually matter because any resin on here is getting cured by looking at it. So we've got like under the lid there, so when you put, and then we've got some underneath there as well, so when we pull the lid down, we've got a UV station. Very cyberpunk. So we've got a little UV powered turntable there as well. So put them in there. Look, 5 wouldn't even fit on my turntable. I need a bigger turntable. 5 wouldn't fit on my turntable. That's why one failed. It was meant to be. So we'll close that and we'll leave it to cure for 5 minutes so we can have a close up of them. White is more reflective than metal though. Yes, but they don't make white inside bread bins. You know? And then that's it. So we can move that out of the way because we don't need that anymore. We can take the glove off because we don't need that anymore for now. And there we go. That is 3D printing in a nutshell. Mikey, you got me thinking about converting Skyweavers from Reaver jet bikes with a Helen on the back instead of the fin. That is a great idea, to be honest. I love the sound of that. Just move these wires out of the way. And now it's more professional. We're back to chilling. We're back to chilling, boys. How's that? How's that? And there you go. That's how you 3D print stuff. So basically, what we've got to do is wait for those to cure properly, because what you do with the printer is you cure the model in there by shining UV resin on it, UV light onto it, right? What this does, it does the final cure on the outside. So this will, if there's any excess resin on there, it'll cure that, so it's not going to damage you anymore. And it also cure the model properly because it wasn't properly cured. So can you fit a printer's dozen in there to allow for one failure? Exactly, yeah. So basically I bought this because it was like the cheapest one on Amazon, I think. So do you want an Amazon link for the curing station? So I'm going to get one of those links where it's like when I do build stuff like this, because I was an electrician, or I was an electronics technician before I started doing this properly. And I love making little stuff like this. This is like proper, like, you know, like high school electronics, but it's still really fun. So I really like it. It's nice to exchange work processes, see what works, and improve the post-processing. This is the second most important step in 3D printing. Yeah, exactly. So like this is like post-process. Like I said, you can buy a printer. It's really easy to do. Once you've got it, you've got to do all that, and you've got to make sure you've got everything. So it is very important to make sure that you are aware again, I know Beanbag was asking at the beginning of the stream, for anyone who is interested in 3D printing, is that you need to be aware there's a lot more involved than just getting a printer, pressing print and going, you know? So, is there anything to protect the vat from that peeling action? So no, there's nothing. So essentially what you've got is you've got a metal tray, which is holding the resin, and then you've got a laminate sheet, which is called the FEP. I can't remember what it stands for. So the FEP is the only thing that's between the screen and the resin liquid, and then obviously there's nothing protecting that. So they are like an expendable thing. So the expendable things in here are your FEP, the laminate red thing that's between the resin, the screen, because that's like always being used, it's on all the time, and it's like a constantly creating shapes. You got a UV bank in there, so the UV bank is in there to actually shine lights through. Because essentially what the screen does, it blocks out where you want the light to be. So I don't know if you saw it on here, I don't know if you could see it on there, but when it was printing you could see like little shapes, so that was the shape it was allowing light to pass through. So a curing station is not needed right way. You have free UV light in the sun, it just takes much longer. And in the UK, obviously, we hardly ever have it, especially this time of year. So that dude Henry says, break supports off before wash or after UV cure or after wash. So I always break the supports off either just before or just after I've washed it. So I either do it just before I've washed it because they come off really easily if they're really light supports, especially or on larger stuff. So if it's something like this, I'll just break the supports off straight away because it's so big. Obviously this is a failed print, but never mind. If it's something like a miniature or something like that, I'll actually do it after the UV, I keep calling it UV. After the ultrasonic cleaning, that's when I'll take the supports off, because what I do is I leave it on because it warms up. And when you want to take supports off, if you can warm it up, that's always usually better, because warm supports and warm resin will break more easily, and it also won't damage the miniature as much or whatever you're trying to print. So that's what I do. So I always do it, I warm it up and then take them off usually. But if it's big, if I don't mind, just take it off, just snap it off. But if you cure with the supports on, some people do, it's more likely to break the miniature. And it's also more awkward to take off. So they're more difficult to take off because they're cured. When they're pre-cured, before they go in the UV bin, they're really easy to take off because they're really soft. So, and when you warm them up, you make them even softer. So, but there you go. That was 3D printing in a nutshell. Well, I think we've done all right there. We're not done yet. I'm going to make sure you get to see these bad boys before we go. And also, I think I'm hoping MyMiniFactory will be able to tell us that the website's live. So, let me just have a quick look. I don't think there is anything yet, but we will know as soon as. This is the launch party. What do you think, guys? Do you already 3D print? Have you learned something? Are you interested in 3D printing? Has this helped maybe said, okay, now I do want to get into it? Or is it completely throwing you off it? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Let's get a conversation going. And can IPA wash the print and then put them in warm water with no issues? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. However, be careful with the water because it will then have excess resin on there. It will have resin in the water. So leave the water out to evaporate, essentially. But yeah, that's what I do, essentially, that dude Henry. I put it in IPA. I rinse it in my dirty sink. And then I clean it in my ultrasonic cleaner, and then if I really need to, I'll soak it in warm water. So on the Elegoo Master 2 Pro video I did, the review, that's exactly what I actually did. I actually washed it in water and then I put it in warm water to take the supports off. So don't leave your prints in UV station for too long. I left one print in there for like 2 days and started cracking. Okay, yeah, don't leave it in for 2 days. Like 10-15 minutes is usually fine. I'm only going to be leaving these in here for 15 minutes. You basically want to go from looking like shiny in wet to not wet, like these are. So have a resin for mini and plan on filament for terrain late in the year. So that's basically what I got one for as well. So for printing like buildings and stuff, but the resin's really good for doing like highly detailed stuff like these little things. Learn loads, want a printer, want MyMiniFactory models to print, want a bread bin UV machine. Well, I'm glad I could be a burden on your wallet for a few weeks. But yeah, I love 3D printing. But again, it's a hobby in itself. It's a brand new hobby. So let's have another close up. Let's have a look at these again for people who missed it at the start. So these are some witch totems, witch ornaments. So these, I believe, are a free gift. Shall I have a look? Shall I have a look? Free SDL witch ornaments. So these do actually come free. So this is the free version, free bit that you get. How cool is that? Hell yeah. So you can get these for free. There you go. They're in the chat as well to say that they're free. So these are pre-supported. Again, these are really cool, I think. Little totem poles and things. Is that a bread bin full of LED strips? It is a bread bin full of LED strips. Because it's got a nice lid on it, you know? Hell yeah. The good thing as well is it gets nice and warm in there as well. So these are free to get. So I mean, if you've got a printer, I'm more than happy for you to post that link. If you're ready to go, MyMiniFactory, let's go. Let's do this. Would they work on FDM? So these are designed for resin. They are supported for resin. I will have to try it. I will try it just for you. I wanted to try one out, I just haven't had time because I've only had these for a few days. But I'll print one on FDM and we'll see what they come out like. So these ones particularly are free to get. You can just download these and print these today if you wanted to. Look how cool they are. Look at the skulls. Look at the skulls, man. Look at it. It should let you post the link straight away, MyMiniFactory. But if you got the link, then I'll pin it to the chat as well. But yeah, look how cool that is. Look how like well detailed they are. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that as well. Fire away. You have free reign to post links to MyMiniFactory. No one else though. No one else. I mean, anyone can post links, but it should be okay. Yeah, you fire away. Get the chat back up. Mine's calibrated pretty good, so I'll give them a free file to go to. Hell yeah. Yeah, give it a go. I mean, so these are the free ones. I think these are pretty cool. I really like them. Again, the thing is like you can see the main aim is for like D&D and stuff. Oh, wrong way. Obviously, like I've got some D&D miniatures here. These are all also available in MyMiniFactory. These actually came with my Elegoo printer, so that's pretty cool. Buy an Elegoo printer, and it'll probably come with these miniatures. So like you can set up like little what they call it encounters if you play D&D. So this is like you'd get one of these, you'd be like, okay, what's happening here? And then a giant spider would appear. That's what would happen. Hell yeah. Figures for resin usually print in DSM2 slicer, just configures it different low res, of course. Yeah, exactly. So again, in particular, these files are designed for resin, but you could probably print them in FDM. I just don't want to say yes because I haven't. So I'm just double checking I'm not getting anything weird. There you go. So, you know, you can just set up little things like that if you're playing Dungeons and Dragons. If you're playing 40k, then I mean, these are a little bit big, but if you've got a printer, you can print them smaller. I can probably set it off and let you know by the end of Jay's stream. Brilliant. Yeah, if you got pictures, man, if you got the free one, then I'd more than love it. I'll share it on Instagram as well. You know, so you got like little decorative terrain pieces, for example, if you want to put them on the board. You could print them smaller, put them on bases. Like these skulls are quite large for 40k. You could print them a little bit smaller, maybe at half size. I love a little scatter in my D&D encounters to get creativity in my players with. Exactly, this is like what they're perfect for. But again, I play D&D, I also play 40k, so it's kind of like I'm trying to see both uses, and I can see it a lot. So, yeah, I can definitely see it a lot. But I really like those, I think they're really funky. And again, they're free. They're free, so all you have to do is sign up. I think you just have to put your email in, right? Did you get that link, MyMiniFactory? If not, I can share it in as well. I'm going to put you in the bin if I ever see you. My money hurts. More Blood Ravens. Oh, should we get an intercessor? Should we do that? Hell yeah, intercessor time. Let's swap him out. So we've got some Martian rocks as well. Martian cliffs, sorry. Yeah, just email. There you go. You just have to sign up with your email. You get free models. Easy as that. So you got these Martian cliffs, which is another part of it as well. These are really cool. Really like these. Again, little Spencer. He's based on Mars. We can. Oh, we just got a resold from Evil Beard. Hell yeah! Let's get some hype in the chart. 18 months in a row, Evil Beard. Hell yeah! Well done, man. 18 months. That is a long time to support. So thank you very much, buddy. Let's get some hype in the chat. Let's see some emotes. Let's see some stuff. Let's see some things. Hell yeah. Thank you very much, buddy. Really, really appreciate it. Was that a grunt birthday party noise? Probably. Hell yeah, man. How you doing? Thank you very much for the sub, dude. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to a 3D printing stream. The first of a lifetime. But yeah, these are Martian rocks. So these are printed at 100% size. This is the largest one. And I was thinking, oh, like Spencer bases, let's go. Necron bases, because I've got like Mars theme. So obviously I've got like this type of theme. So these are going to be really good. I've got like this, which is like custom printed base. I don't remember where the models are from on this one. But these are 3D printed, and you can do that. I'm going to be doing the exact same thing with these actual miniatures. So these are really cool. They're really nice. But then obviously if that's not big enough, because that could fit on there, fine, that'd be great, you know. If that's not big enough, we'll just print it bigger. We've got 200% size. Hell yeah. How will that sit on there? I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Let me work it out. Well, like that. Hell yeah, let's go. Big board gang, brilliant. Don't work, you need the emote for it. Spencer wants that. It won't fit on his base, but that is cool. At least some things are consistent. Mikey has done as much painting in this stream as him on hobby on a Monday. It's very consistent, exactly, yeah. There's just stuff like that, and it is quite large. So against, like next to this intercessor, it's hidden. Again, we've got this one as well. It did fail, but it is a monster, so I will show it. I can't show it. So this is 100%. This little guy. Roll this out of the way. This is 100%. This is 200%. This is 300%. How cool is that? And you can put him on there. Damn. Hell yeah. Spencer time. Just made an account. I'll be checking back when I blast my cash away on a printer. Hell yeah, beanbag. Let's go. Let's go, man. It's a great, it's a great website. You can, obviously they sell files. There's loads of files for free as well, which is great. They have some fantastic ones, which are both paid for and free as well. So I really like them. I use them all the time. They're like my go-to. So, and again, this really support the designers as well. So, but yeah, look at that, 300%. Just don't look at the bit where it failed. Thank you very much for the follow. I can't quite see what your name is. 1 second. iJammer, thank you very much. And that dude Henry, thank you very much for the follow. Webway, Foxy Moronic as well. Sorry about that. I missed those. I can't quite see them because my computer's very far away. That looks like a calling cat for D&D. Have you already bought stuff on MyMiniFactory? About time we had decent alternative thing of it. So yeah, not to deviate too much away from this campaign in particular, but this I bought on MyMiniFactory as well. This is by Sally Factory, but this is on MyMiniFactory as well. Really cool print. I think the Mandalorian was on there as well. But yeah, I buy stuff all the time. I recently downloaded a Mandalorian helmet as well, which I really want to print on my Saturn as well. That's not failed to me. I see an opportunity. Exactly. So I was thinking like filling that with foil and then putting some milliput over it, but someone suggested expanding foam. I actually have expanding foam, so I might do that as well to make it really solid. But also, just like for normal games of 40k, like look how large that is. I mean, you're gonna be able to hide behind it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But yeah, I really like MyMiniFactory. Again, the reason I got onto them, I knew about them, is because I got like a 10% voucher with my printer, which is really cool. And then obviously they've contacted me to do this stream as well. So thank you much to them. Big shout out to them. Fantastic website. Great, loads of great models, and they look after the designers as well. It's not just it doesn't feel like a free for all. It feels like a community rather than just like a website, you know, like Thingiverse, for example. You can push it up against a wall. Exactly. I could chop it off. I could put it in a diorama. Ow! Some other terrain's falling. You know, I could turn it into a diorama. Again, when you see this side, it doesn't matter. Who cares? You know, this is what it's all about. And again, if you want to, I could turn it into a cavern. It could be an entrance. It could be an entrance to like a cave. Hey, Warhammer Rose, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, buddy. How are you? Well, yeah, so that they are Martian cliffs. Fill it with LEDs, put some clear stuff over the side. Hell yeah. What I could do is get some Necron stalagmites and mix it up. You know, I could put some of them in there, make it look like a, you know, like a rare rock. You know, like you can get, I'm trying to think like quartz and stuff like that. You know, we're hobbyists. This is what we do. I will believe you'll make a diorama the day you start knowing the Lord. Diorama is not you, man. Hey, I've made dioramas in the past, and I will have you know that I'm not finished with this campaign, okay? I'm not finished, Ginger Steve. You should watch. Just you watch. You could use it in the live stream battle report. We rarely see the other side of the table. Exactly. It just goes there. It just goes there on the table. Hell yeah. You know? Look. Multiple angles. You can see it. It looks great, right? Is this a new line of Hellstorm Wargaming merch? No, it's not. It's actually a campaign that's being hosted on MyMiniFactory. This is Print Your Monsters' latest campaign for 3D printed plants and rocks. Fantastic plants and rocks, should I say. So yeah, so that's why I haven't thrown that away, and I thought I'd show you because, you know, it's cool. It's cool. It's still cool. It's massive, but it did fail. Let's paint it. This is true. I've got loads of 3D printed terrain, so I haven't painted that either. So, what should we have a look at next? Shall we look at the Druid Rocks? I showed these at the very start, like an hour ago. So these are Druid Pebbles. There we go. So again, for like, you just have one set of these. This is just one of each. And it's just like, it's a D&D encounter, you know? That's it, done. Ready to go. You could do, where was, I saw something else about. I saw something, I wanted to read it out, but now I can't see it. One of the best minis I've printed so far, there it is from Artisans Guild, and they are on MyMiniFactory as well. Well, there you go, there you go. That's it, MyMiniFactory, it's a great place to go and find your miniatures. So, there's no fails in 3D printing, just spaghetti and opportunity. The forbidden pasta. Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, so these are like druidic rocks, but you could use these for like Eldar bases and stuff, you know? Get a big zoom on those. You know, so that white bit there, that's the bit of the IPA, and I've also sanded these, so I always like to just like give them a quick rub on the bottom with sandpaper. But these came pre-supported and pre-hollowed as well, which is always good. So look at that. Look at the detail. It's just a pebble, but it looks so cool. It's a cool pebble. I want some forbidden pasta now. I don't know what I'm having for tea though. You know, these are really nice. Again, they've got some cool add-ons as well. We're gonna have a look at some painted pictures. Have a look at some painted pictures. Would that be good? That's a nice boulder. Hell yeah, it is a nice boulder. I agree. I really need to get one for bases, scatter terrain, and bits. Yeah, exactly. This is what's great for it. Again, it's like this is just one size. You can obviously make them bigger to make good scatter terrain. You can make them ever so slightly smaller just to stick on bases. You know. Because this was Georgie painted this. She's a fantastic painter, isn't she? And this is cork. But I mean, if you printed these a little bit smaller, you know, maybe half size, quarter size, stick them on bases. It'd be well cool. Just like level up your bases really easily. Where's Shrek? I'm Shrek. I personally bought from Orc King Studio on MyMiniFactory for some Nurgle Demon proxies. Hell yeah! There we go. So yeah, they do a whole bunch of stuff basically. A whole bunch of stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly fix my monitor just so I can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm going to quickly go to a BRB screen. I'm going to be like 30 seconds if that, okay? So BRB. There we go. We can actually see what we're doing now. So again, you can get the witch totems for free right now. You can get on there. You sign up with your email and get them. But I'm going to put up some pictures. So that's the plan. I'm going to put up some pictures of the core set so you can actually have a proper look. How's that sound? Jay's reckon you're drunk. Brilliant. Let me quickly grab those real quick. Oh, missed. Just want to open them up. Okay. Alright, let's have a look at that. Will that work? Hell yeah, that works. So this is some of the stuff from the core set. This is obviously going to be on their website in a little while. And these are all like, you can actually see them painted rather than just looking at my printed stuff. Let me just quickly bring that up a little bit bigger, just so you can see that. So you got buried elder things. Well, you can see like the scale of like to a miniature as well there. So this is like everything. Oh, went too fast. This is everything you get in a core set. You get 100 different models. You get 5 for each, which is pretty cool. So you can be able to recognise some of them there that we've printed today. So we've got Curious Grassy Rocks. We've got Druidic Giant Pedals. This is what we've printed here. So these ones, where is it? There. So these ones here are there. These look pretty cool. We've got Fairy Mushrooms. I really like these. I think these are really pretty. Really like them. There's some giant pumpkins. So these would be cool if you want to do like a Halloween type encounter or some Halloween type bases. I've seen some Halloween type demons which look really cool once upon a time. We've got Majestic Enchanted Trees. Marshy Dead Trees. Martian Cliffs, here we go. So this is how I'm going to paint them. Again, I'm sorry I don't have painted, that's why I'm using pictures. Otherwise I'd just be like showing you off what I've got. But I don't have it, so. Can they be done on a filament printer? Are these pretty much only recommended for resin printers? So I can't confirm that they can be done on FDM. I am going to give it a go myself. But these were designed for resin printers. But you can always give it a go, especially with the free ones. You can always try it out. Obviously, it's going to be lower resolution because printing in plastic is a lot worse quality than it is for printing in resin. I imagine that the bigger you print, the better you'll get in FDM because you're working with a bigger miniature. But for something like this size, it might not work well. So we got the Necron Stalagmites. I can actually say it now. Thank you very much, chat. Pandora's Flowers. Pirate Palm Trees. This is what we printed as well. So again, these are the palm trees here. They're really cool, you know. They're quite big as well. There we go. I mean, they're really epic. I really like them. Gotcha. Yeah, so I've been told that they were designed for resin. I just didn't want to say yes, they're designed for FDM without testing it myself. But I'm hopefully going to be testing some out and printing them as well. So we've got poisonous swamp mushrooms. We've got prickly tall grass as well. They come with like nice little bases as well, which you can always take off if you don't want. You can also set them to print lower if you really don't want them. and it just won't print that part. And then Toxic Alien Pines, which we actually printed. We printed these and we can have a look at them. So this is what we actually printed. The middle one failed because it is in the bottom of the vat now, but never mind. But shall we get some out? Shall we get them out and have a look? So we cleaned these up together, guys. Hell yeah. And then we got them here. So these are all cleaned up. This is what we printed live on stream. Some Toxic, Majestic, Aminones. Oh no, I'm actually looking at the wrong ones. We printed those earlier, so we were just looking at a picture of these. I'm a numpty. But we did print talk about the wrong one, silly. So the other ones that we printed here, I'm just having a look. They are a stretch goal for 14,000. So these are actually from the stretch goal. These ones. But look how beautiful that is. Look how lovely that is. Just came in, did you print these just now? Yes, so we've basically on this stream, I set them printing before the stream started, but we've actually cleaned these up and cured them on stream. So I apologise that you've missed it, but these were printed. We had close-ups of the Mars printing. I've got the Mars here. Again, it was 4 out of 5, so one did fail, the largest one. But yeah, we printed these live. Can you flick the pictures again? I will have a quick look in a minute, yeah, we'll go back to it. But these are the Majestic Twisted Animones, or Animon. How do you say that? Google, tell me. Please tell me. You ready?
Anemones.
Anemones. Animones. Let's try again.
Anemones.
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 Twisted Majestic Anemones. We did it. Beat it. Completed it. Anemones. So yeah, so we printed these live. So we put them. Obviously, we cleaned them in. We printed them on here. We cleaned them out in IPA. Then we put them in the ultrasonic cleaner. Took the supports off and cured it in the super custom resin bin. Look at that! Look at that! Let's get a zoom. Let's get a little zoom. You know what I could do? I could be really clever. Look at this. Ready? Bam. Bam. Let's go. Sorry about the moving. The biggest problem with MyMiniFactory, I agree with this statement, is that there's too much great stuff and I can only print and paint so much. It's like watching Valorant trying to read the 40k rule. Look at those, aren't they wonderful? You don't have to look at my gross fingers now, you can just look at a spinning thingy. Right? Aren't they cool? Again, like weird alien things. Set up a little encounter for D&D, put them on your bases and stuff like that. So this is from one of the stretch goals. So this will be unlocked as more people support it. There's a whole load of stuff which will be really fun. So, as I'm really excited, it's a really cool campaign. I'm really chuffed with it. So, thank you once again to MyMiniFactory for sponsoring the stream, and there might be a video with them soon where I actually paint them. Actually paint them. I know. I don't paint. Here we are talking about stuff. You know, so we got those. So they're the ones we did live on stream. We got some. These are the Druidic Pebbles. I like how everyone's calling me out. I do paint. You've seen me paint. I just don't paint on stream. thinking of getting a resin printer for just 40k stuff, and that's what I use it for. You know, I'm a 40k player at heart. As you can see, I'm a 40k player at heart. And the main reason I have a printer is to print stuff like this for bases. So I print stuff for basing, I print terrain and stuff like that. I print miniatures if I really need to, but I try not to. Just for like proxies and practice games and stuff like that. So, but yeah, look, I mean, look, these are really cool. We've got the little thing. Again, these ones are free. So if you have a printer already, you can download these and try them out. We can make them look excellent. Oh, look at that. There we go. I've never used those lights before. I don't know why they're in there, but there you go. I've never needed them, but now, hell yeah, let's go. Yeah, they're really nice. And again, these are pre-supported. Again, I think we had a small fail on this larger one. On like the rope. But again, I will have to have a look at that and see whether it's me or whether it's the printer or whatever. So, well, there you go. I think, sadly, I don't think it's gone live yet, but I think we are nearing the end of the stream. Quick look. No, so it's not currently out yet. Or is it? It is out. It's launched, boys. It's launched. It's out now. Go, 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 go. So if we go to MyMiniFactory's website, let's put the browser on. Unless they've accidentally launched it, but I'm going to tell everybody to go there. Oh, it's campaigns. Fantastic plants and rocks. There you go. It's live right now. We can actually look at the website. Hell yeah. Look at this. It's live. Haha. We did it. We completed it. Hell yeah. So it's live right now on Kickstarter. Kickstarter. It's not Kickstarter. It's MyMiniFactory. I'm an idiot. I've done so well. I've been live for an hour and a half. Let me off. Sorry about that. It's live on MyMiniFactory.com right now. Go to campaigns. I've tried to avoid these. There we go. Go to campaigns. Fantastic plants and rocks. And now it's gone offline. So have you launched it too early, MyMiniFactory? Or is it just because everyone's trying to get on it right now? I love that error 404. That's brilliant. I've upset them. It's disappeared. It wasn't supposed to be out yet. I'm sorry. I've broken it. I've upset them. I've broken it. So I can still see it on my screen, but not on the computer that's actually streaming. So if I refresh this, I imagine it'll disappear. Yeah, so it's not currently out yet. They're still working on it. I was just being too preemptive. That was the issue. I was being too keen. That's the top quality cringe we were after. Thank you. You can see it, so my other computer can't see it. So obviously still testing. That was pretty cringe, wasn't it? So it'll be up very soon. There you go. Thank you for being keen. So it's going to be up very soon. So I've run out of stuff to show you. I can do you one last round trip of showing you exactly what we've printed. So these are the witch ornaments. You can get these for free. These are really cool. Again, each one comes with like a set of 5. So we've got those, which we've showed you. We've got the toxic alien pines, which kind of look like pine cones. No worries at all, no worries at all. I'm going to do a last lap, the final lap. Where's the other one? There it is, the big one. We've got these with our fancy LED turntable. Professional stream. I was just too keen and trying to keep you on your toes, MyMiniFactory, basically. So there you go. These are the toxic alien pines. Oops, dropped them. We've got the Necron stalagmites. Oh, that's the Martian cliff. Where's the stalagmite gone? There it is. But again, these are like icicles and stuff like that, so very cool. Very, very cool. We'll show you the Martian cliffs, we'll show you the palm trees, and then we'll show you the ones that we printed on stream as well. Very cool. And I will say, I've really enjoyed this stream, so hopefully if you have been watching from the start, or if you joined us halfway through, thank you very much for tuning in. I have really enjoyed it. It's been a bit different, and I've really liked it, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed it too. I appreciate that not everyone is interested in this sort of stuff, but if you are, then hopefully I can help you out. I think someone said that like Mike is have to sell his phone number with every 3D printer that he helps sell just for tech support or something. Let's do the palm trees. I said I had a couple of issues with one of these, so excuse the snapped thingy. But these are the palm trees. They can't get on screen because they're too tall. All the prints look amazing. Yeah, I'm really chuffed with them. Really, really chuffed with them. Again, they've come out super well. They're really easy to set up. Again, we've had one or two fails, but again, that happens. It always happens. If I printed each model on its own, it probably wouldn't have happened. I was printing everything together all at once, so yeah. So the palm trees, and final one. Which one haven't we shown off? We haven't shown the Martian cliffs off on 3D. And then Martian cliffs, 100% scale, not the big boys. You know, these what I'm most excited about, and these are in the core set for my Necrons. So I'm going to be using these on my Necron bases in future, which should be really fun. So this one's probably too big, but like this one is great, and then I can always take that one and make it smaller as well. So thanks, Beanbag. Again, if you're not interested in 3D prints, or you don't have a 3D print, if you've been watching this, then thank you very much, and hopefully, if you are interested in it, then you're more interested in it now, or maybe you've learned something ready to say that you're not ready for a 3D printer. So I don't know. Hopefully you found something useful from this stream. I've really enjoyed it though. It's been good. Again, I might have sounded a bit teachery and a bit lectury and stuff like that, but hopefully it's just because I've got a lot of information to get across. So yeah. So we've got those, and then the final one is the one we did on stream. We 3D printed these live, we cleaned them up live, we took them off the support and cured them all live as well. So these are the Majestic Twistics Anomies. I can't remember how to say it now. I said it like 4 times. I did it like 4 times, I've already forgotten. It's Coral, yeah, it's Coral. The official name. The unofficial name is Coral. Coral. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with them, and it's fun. And again, it's been a different stream, which has been really fun. Because normally it'd just be me sat in front of the camera talking rubbish, and now it's sat in front of the camera talking something interesting. But we got loads. Let's get it all out. We got the oh, I'm mixing them up now. I'm getting terrible. So we've got the coral, we've got the stalagmites. Where are the rest of them? We've got the pine. We've got the stones. We've got the palm trees. We've got a whole bunch. Look how much we've printed. I'm actually surprised at how much I got printed because I didn't have long to print it. And we've got the witch ornaments. Look at all this cool stuff. So again, to me, this is just basic material in my opinion. We can turn that silly light off now. We can turn this off as well. It's very warm in there. So yeah, so for me, this is all just basic material to play around with, and then eventually, when I find stuff I like stuff like this, it's going to be great for using as terrain. Like I've got like loads of these things, like these from a different company. These are bought off the shelf, but I mean, look how at the size, and for decoration, this is designed for 40k. This is mostly designed for D&D, but you can use it in 40k, and you can just smash it all together, use it all together, paint it all up nice, and then yeah. I'm just here for the puns and the shit talk, but it's very interesting tech. Yeah, exactly. It's been good. It's been very fun. So I think I'm going to call it there. I've kind of run out of things to show you. Unless we do one last whip through all the pictures. That was all I've got for you. I've got one last whip through the pictures of what's going to be available. So this is the core set. We've got alien bulbs, looking very pretty. Again, we've got nicely painted stuff for the promo pictures. Buried Eldar thingies. Again, there's 20 objects or 20 sets in the core set, but there's 5 of each one. So like I said, that's why I've got like lots of little bunches, because I've printed one of each. So there's like 5 different types that you can print. Curious Grassy Rocks, Druidic Giant Pebbles, Fairy Mushrooms, Giant Pumpkins, Majestic Trees. I don't think I have these. I couldn't find these. I couldn't find the other trees as well. There's some trees that look like Minecraft trees, and I really wanted them, but I couldn't find them. We've got Martian Cliffs. So these are the Martian Cliffs here. We've got the Necron Stalagmites, which are there. Again, like look how cool they look in ice, like ice type. Ice type. It's not fire type. It's ice type. You know. Can we do that for all? Will it stay zoomed in for all of them? No, it won't. There you go. Pandora's Flowers. These are really pretty. Georgia wants to paint some of these, I think. I'm going to get Georgia to paint all of this in the next 3 days. Pirate Palm Trees. Again, there's these ones. These are really cool. Again, I think I had a failed, but I don't know if that was me or not. Again. All the ones that have failed, I'm going to be basically testing on their own and see if there's any other issues. And if there is, I don't think it will be, but if there is an issue with the model, at least I can talk to them and talk to the designer and let them know. But I think it's probably because I'm trying to print everything all at once. That's why it's failed. So poisonous swamp mushrooms, prickly tall grass, reef stones. These are really cool as well. I've got some great ideas with these for a video, so that should be really fun. Toxic alien pine, so we did those as well. The pine cones, they were really fun. And underwater stone caves, these are really cool as well. All the water stuff really gets like, I really like it because I really like to paint like some sea monsters and stuff like that. And then we've got Venusian corals as well, and Venusian ferns. They're really nice as well. I don't think I have those because I probably would have printed those with the palm trees. I have a lot of the core set. I don't have everything, but I have a lot to get some real creative juices flowing, which will be fun. And I've got War of the World stones as well, and that's the core set. So I can't see my chat. So over 500 STLs in the whole set. There you go. Catachan trees. Yeah, there's lots of Catachan trees. You can get volume 1 and 2 as part of this campaign. There you go. So this is obviously volume 2. This is the second run, but if the part of the campaign, you can get both of them together. There you go. They look like weeds. Swamp mushrooms will be spot on for my Nurgle themed map. There you go. There you go. So that's it. There's the campaign. There it is. So sadly, it isn't out just yet, but obviously, as we've already mentioned, final thing to show you. We'll pull it up on here first. But you can sign up here, bang your email in, you get an email when it does go live, and you get the witch ornaments for free. So they're a part of the free gift for actually signing up early and getting the early bird. So we have seen it. I have seen it live. I still have it open on my laptop, but I can't open it on my PC. But it's going to be going up any minute now. Basically, they're working on it. It's going up today. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. So if you are excited, then go and check them out. Thank you very much for watching tonight. It's been really fun. Is 500 STLs for both 1 and 2? I'm not. I don't think so. I think it's. Let me just double check. Because there's 20 sets in just the core set. They'll be able to confirm in the chat, I'm sure. I'm just having a look at pictures. it might be for both. There's 100 models just in the core set, and that's not including add-ons or stretch goals. So there's a whole lot. So there's 100 models in the core set for Volume 2. It might be 500, but over both. I'm hoping MyMiniFactory will answer before I have to go. But they are in the chat, so tag them. Tag at MyMiniFactory. But yeah, so that's what I've been able to print. I'm going to be doing another video very soon using some of these prints to make some cool stuff, which should be really fun. Thank you very much for you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope if it's something new, then you have enjoyed it. If it's something that you're interested in, maybe this has got you interested in getting these miniatures, or just got you interested in 3D printing in general. And I want to say a massive thank you to MyMiniFactory for working with Print Your Monsters, to wanting to work with me to do this live stream and to do the video in the future. So thank you very much to them for watching the stream. Thank you very much for you guys at home for watching, and that's it. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and hopefully don't forget to sign up for get the free models. There you go, 500 STLs together. So there's the answer. So 500 STLs for Volume 1 and 2. There you go. Cool. So thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Go and sign up to get your free STLs. If you don't have a 3D printer yet, you can save them. They don't go anywhere. And hopefully I'll catch you next time. Bye bye now.